Second sem.
What is up, guys? It's Sean Ray here. Okay, so what's that? Hello, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So welcome back to the discussion, or welcome to technical report writing. So in this subject, we will be, of course, dealing with all the technical reports that is being done on the tri-bureaus or the basic guidelines in making a report. So let's define what is technical writing report. So technical writing first is a piece of writing which focuses on factual and straightforward content. So sabi dun is factual and straightforward. Yung ilalagay mo sa report mo, for example, sa spot report, ganun, is facts lang, yung katotohanan. At dapat diretso yan. Wala nang pasikot-sikot, diretso. And technical papers are published to inform and instruct and educate the user about some specific topic. So, it is very different from the creative writing. Yung poems, mga creative piece, ano pa, and any other. Technical writing is, yun nga, is it needs to be parang brief, needs to be straightforward, it needs to only contain factual but detailed information. So, basically, wala siyang nonsense sa technical writing. Sa creative writing kasi, marami pa siyang pasikot-sikot, pinapaganda mo pa yung paggawa mo ng mga writings mo sa creative writings, ganun. So, kapag gumagawa ka ng report, dapat katotohanan lang ilagay mo, diretso na, wala na yung different adjectives or adverbs that is not necessary in the report. Yun lang, yun, technical writing. So, the difference between technical writing and creative writing. So, sabi dun, technical writing is based on facts and concept. Katotohanan at konsepto. Creative writing is based on imagination and creativity. So, if you compare side by side yung, for example, ito. As the man walked slowly into the cornfield, you could hear his heartbeat. Hindi mo yan ilalagay sa technical writing or sa spot report mo. Baka paghalitan ka pa ng COP mo. Kasi, diretso lang. So, on or about, parang, for example, palitan mo yung man ng pangalan ng suspect at walk slowly, lagay mo lang na went to the cornfield. Yun lang. Wala nang you could hear his heartbeat, etc., etc. Ganun ang technical writing. Kasi, nasa official parang duties ka. And, kasi sa field, sa police work, it's parang nasa realidad ka na eh. Parang, they don't have the time to read your words. Parang, diretso na dapat. Okay? So, technical writing focuses on factual and straightforward content. Creative writing focuses on imaginative and symbolic content. Technical writing has its specific reader and audience. Creative writing has general reader or audience. Kasi, sabi dun is specific. Kasi, specific lang sa organization. Yun. Specific lang sa PNP. While creative writing, pangkalatan, kung sino-sino na yung magbabasa ng yung kasulatan. The purpose of technical writing is to inform and instruct and educate the user. The purpose of creative writing is to entertain, provoke, and inspire. So technical writing is not for entertainment, but for information only. So creative writing is for entertainment. Ganun. And marami pang iba. So I will send yung presentation ko para basahin nyo lahat ng differences niya. Iba talaga pag nasa field ka, nasa organization katulad ng military or police, they really need mga walang nonsense na reports, walang pasikot-sikot, diretso lang. At dapat facts at detalyado dapat. Ganun. So parang yung in summary or in short is the difference between the two is like panliligaw. So bakit kaya panliligaw? Panoorin natin si Jose.
Tapos, sinagot yun.
Yes po.
Aray ko.
Aray ko.
Brad, yan ang pinapangarap ko, yung ma-busted man lang ako. Oo.
Pinapaharap ko rin yun. Joke.
Paano ba kasi kayo manligaw? Paano kayo
Oh, ito.
manligaw?
Ito ang creative
Ayun
writing.
po. So, ngayon, wala po.
Ano? Nasusunod naman ligaw kanino.
Kasi 16 lang yan.
Mga
16
bata
lang
nga.
siya.
Ang
Nasusunod-
panliligaw para mabilis, ganun kadali lang. Ang approach nyo sa kanila, kailangan mabigat na agad.
Opo.
Hi.
Paano?
Hi. Gusto mo ba ako? Gusto kita eh.
Ganun lang yun.
So, ganun. Ang difference ng creative writing tas sa technical writing. Sa creative writing, sa panliligaw ng isa versus sa panliligaw ni Jose, yung creative writing is yung parang pagliligaw na bigyan mo pa siyang flowers, ihatid sundo mo pa siya, maging sweet ka ganun. Pero sa technical writing, yung gaya ng panliligaw ni Jose, mabigat na agad, ibibigay mo na. Parang ganun. Okay? Walang nonsense, basta gawin mo lang. Parang ganun.
Ganun. Gusto mo ako? Gusto kita.
Gusto mo
Tayo
ako,
na.
gusto kita.
Pag sinabing ayaw, okay,
Fine.
fine. At least, hindi ka nasaktan, hindi ka pa gumastos.
Tama naman.
Agad-agad.
Agad-agad, ganun.
Hanap na iba.
Liligaw, ang tagal-tagal, ano to? Lilibre mo pa, kakakain, lilibre lang. Oo.
Oo nga, no?
Ako kasi takot
Kailangan
ko pa.
maging tayo muna bago ako magpakain. Oy, ano to?
Diba?
Hirap-hirap magtrabaho, oy.
Ay, bulaklak pa.
Bubulaklak pa, oh. Eh, di pag
Chocolates.
syota mo na, bigyan mo. Flowers for you, hindi mo pa naman syota. Wag. Kailangan,
So, tama naman yung sinabi ni Jose kasi mag-effort ka pa tapos sa huli is hindi ka yung pipiliin. What the hell? So, joke lang. Sabi nga ni, hindi ko alam kung totoo to si Ferdinand Marcos sabi na, love me today and I will court you forever. Sabi daw niya kay Imelda nung maganda-ganda pa si Ma'am Imelda Marcos. So, tama naman yun, di ba? Sagutin mo na agad kasi yung paniligaw na yan, wala din lang. Hindi mo rin makikita kung talagang porsigid yung tao. Nasa tao na yun, di ba? Well, yun na. Balik tayo sa discussion. So, let's now go to the basic criteria of police report by Sir Padua. Kung ano yung mga parameters. Parameter by means, ano yung dapat i-take in mind natin bago natin gumawa ng technical writing report. So, let's define muna yung police report. Mostly ito yung ating parang examples. Police report is a chronological account of an incident that happened at any given time and place. It could also be defined as an account of an investigation or an official statement of facts. So sabi daw dito is police report is chronological. What do you mean by chronological? Step by step, ganun. That that answers the 5 Ws and 1H of what happened. So, sa police report, kapag basahin mo yan, somewhat, it tells something about an incident or a crime that happened. That is police report. And maraming klase yan. May spot report, may progress report, may investigative report, and etc. And we will be discussing that. Or, magpapagawa ako ng mga activities nyo regarding that. So, let's now go to the basic criteria or what do we keep in mind when making police reports or any other report. So, in your report, it should be clear, clarity. It should be understood easily. Kasi kapag hindi yan klaro, yung kumuha or nagte-take ng yung report, baka ma-misinterpret niya yan. For example, hindi klaro na, for example, magre-report ka sa, kukuha sana kayo ng arrest warrant or search warrant. Hindi klaro yung nilagay mong mga pieces of evidences sana na i-search, kaya rineject ng judge. So, ganun yung mangyayari kasi. For example lang. So, rules. Avoid impressive expression. From big words like magnitude, gawing mong size. Magnitude, parehas sila ng meaning, pero kunin mo yung mas obvious. Size. Accumulate, to gather. So, why not use yung simpler words, gather? Or yung mga idioms na over the moon. Lagay mo lang happy. Be simple. Also, avoid an unwitting language transfer. Using terms like fortnightly, which means every 2 weeks. Fortnightly means every 2 weeks. Why not use every 2 weeks? Or score. Score means every or 20 years. Why not use 20 years? Or mga unwitting na translation tulad ng kumain tayo sa labas. Dapat, yung translation niya sa English is, let's eat out. It's not, let's eat outside. Choose more of the appropriate one. Let's eat out. Kumain tayo sa labas. Let's eat, parang parehas din, pero it's more formal to say, let's eat out, okay? Avoid illiteracy, the misuse of English terms. So, you must know that different terminologies in yung mga basic terminologies, at least, yung tulad ng there, nandun. Kapag there naman, there, sa kanila. Diba? Pag there, nandun. Pag there, yung IR, sa kanila. Pag it is, so kung short term natin ito, i-shorten natin yung it is, it apostrophe s, it is yung meaning niya. Pag it's, parang possession. For example, basta possession siya. Possession yung meaning ng it's kapag ginamit mo yan sa word. Pero yung it is, pero pag may apostrophe yung it's, it is yung meaning na yan. Okay ba? At marami pang terms dyan. Tali. So, make sure that when you're writing that report, you know the terms that you are listing. So, another criteria is it must be accurate. Police communication should conform exactly to the truth to a standard. They should be without error, precise, exact, and correct. It has something to do on how the sentence in the paragraphs are written. So, the police report should exactly define that incident. So, the factual na mga nangyari talaga, yun ang ilalagay mo lang sa police report mo. Dapat accurate yan. Sa former na example natin kanina, na kukuha ka sana ng search warrant, kapag hindi accurate yung ire-report mo sa judge, hindi ka bibigyan ng search warrant. Kasi sa search warrant, dapat detailed yan. Okay ba? Rules. Avoid putting a period to end your sentence if the thought is incomplete. So, for example, on or about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on March 30, 2014, inside the room 2602 NUST, Sumakap Campus, Pedro Pen E. Duco, 22 years old, married an instructor at the NUST Sumakap Campus together with Juana Tibatiba, Pablo, and Tumba E. Tumbling, two of his criminology students. Tapos nag-period ka, kahit the sentence is very long, pero the thought is still incomplete. So, subject pa lang yan, di ba? Wala pa yung predicate kung ano yung ginawa ni yung instructor, si Pedro E. Penduco. So, the thought is incomplete. Anong ginawa niya? So, wag kang mag-end ng thought or wag niyong bibigyan ng period kung hindi pa kompleto yung sentence. Kahit napaka long ng sentence na yan, pag incomplete talaga, incomplete yan. May subject predicate, ganun. Gets ba? Okay. Rule 2, avoid starting your sentence with a coordinating conjunction. What is coordinated conjunction? Ito yung mga example niya. But, and, nor, for, and so. So, the wrong part here is, as a lady office, arresting violent people is dangerous. Period, and very challenging. That is wrong. Do not use, do not end there. Although, grammatically correct, somewhat. Pero huwag kang never start the sentence with the coordinating conjunction. Nakita niyo sa baba. That is right. Huwag niyong lagyan niyo ng period, tapos ituloy niyo lang yung thought na yan. Rule 3. The subject and the predicate of the sentence should agree with each other. So every day, the chief of police go to the police station with two of his trusted. Ito yung tinatawag nilang subject-verb agreement, okay? So the subject must conform with the verb, while the verb must also conform with the subject. So when the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. Ano ulit yung subject? Subject is the doer of the act, di ba? Verb is the action word, okay? So pag plural yung subject, plural din yung verb. So dapat ganito, every day the chief of police goes to the police station. So, if you could recall, paglagyan nyo ng, di ba, pag sa subject, paglagyan ng S yan, usually, plural yan. Pero pag nilagyan ng S yung verb, singular yan, di ba? Parang, if you could remember the subject-verb agreement that, actually, you have, ano ba yan? Yung pinag-aralan nyo yung English from grade 1 to high school, tapos may senior high pa kayo. I hope na alam nyo na. Kasi, dito kasi is application na kasi. So, we need to review, pero hindi yung grabe. Hindi yung ano pa yung subject, ano yung verb. Parang, as we discuss the lesson, we somewhat review it. Use the correct tense of the verb. Take note of the verbs in the following samples. Don Juan sought the help of Pepito and stayed at the training center to finish his leadership training so that he can apply for promotion. So, ano kayang mali dun? So, mali yung sick. Yung tense niya is mali. Mali yung walang sick. Dapat sought yan, di ba? Don Juan sought the help of Pepito and stayed. So, if you are dealing with past, ay yung mga tenses, present, past, and past present, meron pa yung future tense, it must agree with the verb. It must agree with the sentence. Sinabi mong last year, syempre gagamitin mo ang past tense sa verb. Okay? Pag this year, nilagay present tense, and if that sentence is referring to the future, then use future tenses. Rule 5, avoid shift in voice within a sentence. So, shift in voice are somewhat ganito siya. It refers to the mixing active with passive voice. When you say active voice, when you say active voice, if the subject, for example, dito, the visiting team, sila yung gumawa, that is active. Pag passive, pag yung subject naman, sila yung ginawan. Okay, ginawan. The action was done to them. That is passive. Hindi dapat active at naging passive. Dapat active-active or passive-passive. So for example, the arresting officers arrested the suspect at the crime scene. Active yun kasi yung arresting officer, that is the subject, they acted. Okay? They arrested. That is in active form. And he is informed of his constitutional right. Parang mali, passive. Parang the subject here was acted upon. Okay? He was acted upon. So that is passive. So it's wrong. To correct this, siguro gawin mong passive yung first or active yung second para active-active or passive-passive. The arresting officer arrested the suspect and informed him of his constitutional right. Okay? Gets ba? Gets. So for example din, the visiting team won the tournament. So it is in active form. Kasi the visiting team, the subject, acted on something. They won the tournament. And a trophy was awarded to them. So yung subject na trophy was acted upon. So that is passive. That is not appropriate. To make it appropriate, sa gamitin mo yung and they were awarded a trophy. Ginawang passive. Ginawang active ng dalawa. Okay ba? Okay, so rule 6, avoid dangling modifiers. On that, has nothing to modify because what is ought to modify is not clearly stated in the context. So, example, para alam nyo rin yung kung ano yung dangling modifier. So, while taking the statement of the suspect, the light switch off. So, the modifier, the light switch off, is dangling. So, sinong nag-switch off niyan? Hindi naman yung suspect. Kasi while taking the statements, may kumukuha ng statement, baka yun yung nag-switch off. Pero walang sinabi. So, dangling yung modifier, the light switch off. While taking, or yung while pala. While taking the statement of the suspect, Pepita switched off the light. So, Pepita. And rule 7, avoid shift in the tenses of the verb. The chief of police was instructing his subordinates of what to do, and he is asked by some POIs to be more considerate. So, ano dapat yung gamitin mo dyan? He is, di ba? He is asked. So, it is in a past tense. Gawin mong he was. Okay? So, yun. Rule 8, avoid shift in person. Patrolman Juanito Tamad will attend the seminar if his wife will allow him. Mas better to. Patrolman Juanito Tamad will attend the seminar if he will be allowed by his wife. So, kasi the problem with the first statement is medyo magulo yung will allow him. If his wife will allow him, mas better yung second statement. If he will be allowed by his wife. So basically, parehas yung subject, Juanito Tamad, and yung pronoun na he, parehas sila. He will refer to Juanito Tamad. Pero sa first, naging wife niya yung second na subject. Okay ba? Kaya nag-shift in person. So avoid doing that. Rule 9, maintain the antecedent pronoun agreement. So, ano kayang antecedent pronoun? Let's go first to the example. The provincial director likes to play with his dog when they are newly bathed. So, they are newly bathed. So, mali yung ginawa niyang pronoun, tas yung antecedent is yung kasama ng pronoun na siguro nagde-describe sa pronoun na yun kung ano yung ginagawa. So, the provincial director likes to play with his dog. Hindi naman tao ang dog, kaya gamitin mo ang it, di ba? When it is newly bathed. Okay ba? So, ganun dapat. The antecedent pronoun must be in agree with each other. Ano yung mga agree-agreement na yun? Subject-verb agreement, antecedent pronoun agreement, nakalimutan ko na yung isa. Subject-verb agreement. Marami pang mga rules sa English na dapat alam nyo. There's no perfect English, pero you must know at least the basic of it. Okay ba? So, rule 10, use the exact or the appropriate word. Use the technical term. So, basically, you are dealing, for example, sa crime, you're dealing with mga definitions, siguro, may makikita kang mga elements ng crime, di ba? Dapat yung mga elements ng crime, ilagay mo doon. So, for example, murder, ilagay mo doon. Ignominy, meron yan sa criminal law 1 and law 2 nyo, di ba? Law 2 pala. Oo. Ignominy, self-defense, mga technical terms, dapat alam nyo yung mga yon, di ba? So, ayun. So, sin, violation of religious law, dapat. Pag ano naman ang misdemeanor, punishable by ordinances, di ba? Pag felony, dapat lagay niyo yung punishable by the RPC. Dapat, you must exactly use the technical terms, okay? So let's now go to Rule 11. Use numbers properly. General technical report writing, single-digit numbers are written in words. For double-digit numbers and above, single-digit 1 to 9 lang yan. Double-digit 10 to and above. The numbers are written instead of the words. So, ganito. 10 police officers escaped from the ambush this morning. Pwede yan, pero mas better pag ganito. Lagay mo yung word muna, tapos open and close parenthesis yung number. Escape from the ambush this morning. Okay ba? Ganun. Rule 12. The ranks and names of the police commission officers are all capitalized. While the non-commissioned officers, the ranks are all capitalized for some names. Only the beginning letters are capitalized. So, pag daw you're dealing with the names of, pag for example, ano ulit yung mga ranks ng mga commissioned officers? Lieutenant, police lieutenant, ganun, and above, all caps. So, yung rank niya is all caps, yung pangalan niya, all caps. Pag sa pababa naman, Master Sergeant, ganun, pababa, to patrolman, all caps yung rank ko, pero yung capital letter lang is yung first letter of the name. First letter of the first name, first letter of the middle initial, first letter of the last name. So, ganun lang dapat. No? Pero, I don't know the rules on this. Nakita ko lang sa book ni Sir Paduyo. And use punctuation properly. What are punctuation? The use of period, comma, semicolon, colon. Mga ganun. Yeah. Brevity. So, brevity means saying much in fewer words. So, parang brief siya. Dapat the report should not be wordy, but it could make the reader understand kung ano yun. So, avoid redundancy. Completely eliminated. So, pag alisin mo yung completely na yan, same din lang yung meaning. Eliminated. Protest again. So, pag alisin mo naman yung protest at against, parehas din yung meaning somewhat. Or yung against sa protest, parehas din yung meaning. True facts. So, di ba facts is truth din lang? Di ba? Past experience. So, yung experience, di ba, is nasa past din lang yun. Kaya, dapat, experience lang dapat ilalagay mo. New recruit. Di ba pag recruit, bago, it is assumed na bago yan kasi recruit nga. Di ba? So, avoid the redundancies. Avoid padded phrases. Be brief. At a period of time when, usually ginagamit yan sa creative writing, dapat lagyan mo lang when. At a period of time when na lang, no? At this present writing, lagyan mo na lang now, during the course of, on na lang ilagay mo. So, on or about 3:30 in the morning. Huwag mo nang lagay yung during the course of 3:30 in the morning. Lagay mo lang yung on. Kasi same din lang. Use fewer words kaya nga. Avoid unnecessary sentence openers. So, for your information, permit me to say, we take the liberty of, we are taking this opportunity. Huwag niyong lalagay yan sa report nyo. For your, permit me to say that Mr. De La Cruz committed murder. Huwag nyo na lang lagay yun. Okay? And specificity. So, parang gano'n, no? Ano ba yun? Mga terms. Basta, when we talk about specificity, say exactly what you mean. Giving life to a sentence by using particulars that call up shape, texture, color, movement, concretize abstract words, so it is not good to state in your report a person or an automobile or a stone and a gun. So, if there is a more exact term that needs to be put in your report, use that one. So, for example, a gun. Di ba medyo marami namang types ng gun, di ba? Huwag mo yan nilagay sa report mo, tignan mo kung anong type ng gun yan. Is it heavy powered, high powered ba? High powered, low powered? Is it a pistol? Is it etc.? Anong brand ng pistol? Dapat say exactly what you mean. So sabi dito, a person stab another person to death. That statement is very vague. Di ba? Sino yung person? Paano yung ginawa niya? How did he stab? What weapon did he use? Dapat, detalyado dapat yung ilalagay mo. So it's not specific. The suspect and the victims are not identified, etc. etc. Sinabi ko na. So to improve, Juan Tamad Jr. alias Juju, the bartender at the Jose's Bar and Restaurant, Session Road, Baguio City, and holding a double-bladed 24-inch Kapangan-made knife with his left, approached Emilio Bonifacio, a criminology student at the University of Baguio. So, the difference between the first statement and second statement is, the second statement is more detailed. It's not vague. It's very, very specific. While the first one is very, very vague, or in other term, general. It's very general. Timeliness. A report should be submitted on time. So, lahat naman ganyan, di ba? Tulad din sa intelligence report. Dapat on time lahat para the person that needs to be informed will be informed. Di ba? So, 24 hours in some documents. Okay ba? So, usually 24 hours yung parang, for example, may crime na nangyari, dapat may spot report na yan in 24 hours na may papas. For example lang Security. So, most police reports are either classified as restricted, confidential, secret, top secret. Sa QD ba? Ano yun? Ata. QD. Nakalimutan ko na. Records management pala. Treat the document according to its security tag. Whether it's restricted, confidential, secret, top secret. Alam niyo naman, di ba, yung on how to take care of pag may security threat na restricted. Pag nakalagay doon na restricted, for example, mga memo ng Chief of Police na itra-transfer na yung mga recruit ng 6 months, mga police na nag-undergo ng 6 months training to other stations, that is a restricted document. You must treat it as restricted one. Wag mo, so, for example, ano kayang gagawin mo doon? Wag mo ipakita sa mga new recruit, sa ibang tao, for example. Never disclose. Tapos, ganito. Never disclose any info from an investigation which are not yet complete to the public. So, rule yan, actually yan sa nakita ko sa PNP manual. Wherein, never, sabi daw, pag ongoing pa yung investigation, wag kang magbibigay ng detalye sa public kasi ma-misinterpret yan, tas baka ikakasira pa ng PNP image, di ba? Pero, somewhat, the PNP violates their rules. I don't know why. Siguro magpa-media, ganun sila. Media showing. So, yun lang. And partiality. There should be based on facts, not opinions of the writer. Partiality means yung nakita lang talaga ng, yung nakalap mo lang na evidence, and yung nakita mo lang, or nakita ng witness, yun lang ilalagay mo. Wala nang iba, wala nang halo, wala nang planting. Partial ka dapat. Completeness. So, it must answer the 5 Ws, 1H. What is the 5 Ws and 1H? 5 wives and 1 husband. So, it must answer the whats. what are the weapons used, where it did happen, where is the crime scene, when did it happen, why did it happen, and who happened, or who made it happen, and 1H, how did it happen. So must be complete. So that ends my presentation, and thank you for listening, and take care.